I lost 10 pounds in just 2 weeks. No detox teas, no starving myself. Just real food, real discipline, and a plan that actually makes sense. I'm not here to gatekeep. I'm gonna walk you through everything I ate, how I stayed motivated, how I tracked everything, and how you can do it too. If you've been stuck, overwhelmed, or you just feel like nothing works, then this is your sign to stop overcomplicating it. I'm breaking it all down in this video, so let's get right into it. If you guys are new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Kayla. I'm a certified personal trainer, but above everything else, I am a real person who had ups and downs when it came to weight loss, when it came to discipline, when it came to just overall healthy living. If you've ever felt overwhelmed by all that conflicting advice that's out there, I want you to know that you are not alone. I used to scroll through my phone and not know where to start. And that is why I started making content like this, so you do not have to keep guessing. Today's video is super real. I'm going to walk you through exactly what I ate every single day to lose the weight. This is not going to be one of those unrealistic, just eat some salad and go to sleep hungry type of plans. This is about eating meals that keep you full, energized, and focused without feeling like you're punishing yourself just to lose weight. This was more than just losing weight. I genuinely felt different after changing up my eating habits. Less bloated, more energized, more in control of my eating. I did not do anything crazy. I did not eat 1,000 calories a day or even work out like a crazy person. I followed a simple structure: 3 meals a day, 1 to 2 clean snacks, water over everything, no late night eating big meals, and light movement every day. That was it. The magic was keeping it realistic and repeatable. I was eating enough to stay full, but not too much to where I was sabotaging myself. Now, before I get into the meals, let me tell you where I was at when I started this, because that is very important. I got into a place where I got a little too comfortable. I was eating horribly, straight, plain like that. I was not being honest with myself about how much I was actually eating. And on top of that, I was going through a lot of depression. So all that eating made me tired, made me have brain fog. My clothes weren't fitting right. I felt sluggish. And I was at a point where I understood it was not just about the number on the scale. It was about how I genuinely felt. I wasn't feeling confident. I wasn't moving with the same energy. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I was going through a really bad breakup from a person I was talking to at the time. So that on top of everything was just making me go through a lot. And I knew that I needed to tighten things up. Not for anybody else, not for the scale, not to prove to that ex that I am a better person now, that I'm in shape and I grew up. None of that. I did it for me. So I made the decision to commit to a 2-week reset. I told myself no more guessing, no more mindless eating. For 14 days, I'm going to eat clean, eat intentionally, and follow the structure that I know actually works. Here is the structure I followed, and you could copy this exact same thing if you would like. No late night snacking. I had to be honest with myself. Most of my overeating came when I ate after 8 p.m. So I gave myself an ultimatum: no eating after dinner unless it was water or herbal tea. Now, the reason why I said I'm not eating after dinner is because I had a thing where I would come home late. So I had to eat dinner around like 8 p.m., 9 p.m., a little bit later than usual. So by the time I was done with dinner, it would be time for me to go to bed. And if I was just snacking after dinner, I'll be up all night snacking. So I had to tell myself, okay, after dinner, I'm not even hungry, so I'm not gonna snack because it's time for me to go to bed. And I already made a whole discourse about how snacking right before bed is terrible for your digestion and how you wake up bloated and you'll wake up with a stomach ache as well. But if you're the person that eats dinner a little bit earlier, like you eat dinner at 4 o'clock p.m., this does not apply to you. You can still have your clean snacks after dinner. But if you're someone who eats dinner like 8 p.m., 9 p.m., I do not suggest you eating snacks after that. Next thing I did was I made sure I had water first thing in the morning. Before I drank my coffee, before I ate my food, I made sure I drank some water every single day. Now, I still ate breakfast, but I made sure I got that water in. And you know, when we wake up, we naturally have that dry throat, so it's best to grab that water and just drink it before, you know, you get the cotton mouth. Protein in every single meal. No more carbs only meals. I made sure my breakfast, lunch, and dinner all had at least 25 to 30 grams of lean protein. No food deliveries. I saved money and calories by skipping Uber Eats, DoorDash, and honestly ordering pizza. Movement every day. Now, I did not overwork myself in the gym. Some days I walked, other days I would do light body weight workouts, other days I would use my dumbbells and do workouts. You could also go to the gym if you would like. I'm just saying that I do not recommend overworking yourself for 2 hours at a time doing excessive workouts. It wasn't about being perfect, it was about being consistent. And honestly, these things made all the difference. This is key. Before I started, I sat down with myself and planned out 3 things. Number 1, my go-to meals. I picked 2 to 3 breakfasts, 2 to 3 lunches, and 2 to 3 dinners. I chose ones that I knew I liked and would actually stick to. I did not try to be fancy, I kept it simple. Second thing I wrote down was my grocery list. I wrote down what I needed. I bought everything in one trip and prepared everything I needed in that same day. The third thing I wrote down were my fallback meals. Now, these were quick meals that I knew I could make within 5 minutes if I was feeling lazy or tired. Because I understand life happens. I knew that if I didn't plan for that, I would slip up and eat some fast food. Now, I want to be very clear. This was not about being perfect. I did not weigh every single bite of food I had. The goal was not to punish myself. It was to realign with the version of me who felt her best. The version who eats with intention. The version of me who feels strong, sharp, and confident. Breakfast was my foundation, okay? I needed something filling and something that would keep me energized. I usually went with oatmeals or eggs, something high in fiber and protein. This helped keep hunger away until lunch. My favorite oatmeal bowl looked like this. A half cup of rolled oats dry, 1 cup of unsweetened almond milk or water, 1 tablespoon of chia seeds, a half cup of mixed berries, and 1 teaspoon of honey or a spoonful of peanut butter. This breakfast gave me sustained energy and it was around 350 to 400 calories. And I love that it was so easy for me to prep ahead of time. Here are some alternative breakfast options that I did on days where I had time to really sit and cook. 2 scrambled eggs with a handful of spinach and 1 Ezekiel bread toast. Greek yogurt, plain or non-fat, with a slice of banana and cinnamon. Now this one I didn't really have to like cook, you know what I mean, because it's like to go. So this would be something that I would get if I was in a rush as well, or if I just wanted to switch it up. Protein smoothie if I did not really feel like having anything super heavy, but I still knew I needed to consume something because it was breakfast time. Now for lunch, I made sure to have lean protein, veggies, and complex carbs. A typical lunch example would be 6 ounces of grilled chicken breast, a half cup of roasted sweet potatoes or brown rice, 1 to 2 cups of steamed or roasted veggies, and sometimes I would add a side salad as well. Lunch was about fueling my afternoon, keeping my blood sugar stable, and preventing late afternoon cravings. Dinner was a little bit lighter, but it was still filling enough to the point where I would not feel super hungry afterwards. A dinner plate example would be 5 ounces of grilled shrimp or lean ground turkey, a half cup of cauliflower rice, 1 to 2 cups of sauteed leafy greens. I aim to eat dinner by 7 p.m. at the latest, so that way I can give my body enough time to digest before bed. And as some of you guys know, as I just said, around that time I was getting home late, so if I couldn't do it by 7 p.m., I would at least try to get it in by at least 8 to 9 p.m. Snacks were limited to 1 to 2 per day, and it always had protein or fiber in it to keep me full. My favorite snacks were rice cakes with 1 tablespoon of almond butter. Sometimes I would do the chocolate, like Nutella butter, if I wanted to have a little bit of sugar, but I made sure not to do that too much. Boiled egg plus apple slices, plain Greek yogurt with cinnamon, veggie sticks with hummus. I kept my grocery list simple. It had staples that made meal prep easy, but still tasting good. I found in my notes one of my old grocery lists that I had from about like 3 years ago. So I wanted to say it on here for you guys so you guys can get a good feel of what I'm talking about. So my proteins were chicken breast, ground turkey, salmon, eggs, Greek yogurt, and tofu. My carbs were rolled oats, sweet potatoes, brown rice, Ezekiel bread. My veggies were broccoli, spinach, zucchini, asparagus, mixed greens, bell peppers. My fats were olive oil, avocado, almond butter, chia seeds. Extras would be berries, apples, bananas, hummus, almond milk, unsweetened. Now let's talk about hydration and drinks. So water was my secret weapon. I aimed for a gallon a day. I swapped out sugary drinks, juices, and sodas for plain water, or sometimes I would do flavored water as well, and herbal teas. And alcohol was off limits. I already don't drink, but I made that a requirement too. Like, even if one of my friends offered me something, I have to say no. So now I'm going to talk about realistic swaps that actually worked. So if I ran out of chicken, then turkey was my backup. When I got tired of sweet potatoes, I swapped it for some brown rice. For snacks, sometimes I switched in between rice cakes. Instead of doing that, I would do veggie sticks with some dip. The key was flexibility without breaking the plan. Now I'm going to go over the top tips that made the biggest difference. Prep ahead of time so you do not have to overthink it. Meal prepping was the best thing I could do. When your fridge is packed in with ready to eat meals, you're less likely to binge eat or order a bunch of takeout. Eat protein with every meal. Protein kept me full and helped me hold on to muscle, all while still losing weight. Make sure you are hydrating yourself. A lot of the times, thirst is disguised as hunger. Drinking water stopped unnecessary snacking. Listen to your hunger cues, but still stay consistent. I ate when I was hungry, but I stuck to the plan. I did not let cravings dictate my choices. Weight loss is not just about food. It's 80% your mindset. Here are the things that help me stay on track mentally. I stopped chasing perfection. I told myself it's okay to have a cookie, it's okay to slip up, but I still have to make sure I get right back on track. I set small goals at a time, not major ones. Now, losing this weight was a big goal, but I broke it up into smaller wins. I visualized how I wanted to feel. Instead of focusing on what I couldn't eat, I focused on how much better I would feel, being more energized and just more confident throughout the day. Accountability. I told my close family members like my mom and my sister about my plans, and having them check in on me helped me stay more motivated to keep going. Let's talk about handling cravings. Now, cravings are real and that is okay. So here's how I handled mine. I did not try to fight cravings with willpower alone. Instead, I gave myself small, controlled portions of what I wanted. It was all about portion control. Sometimes I would find distractions. A lot of times when I was craving something, I was really just bored. So I would try to go for a walk, watch a podcast, or do something productive. I also try to do healthier swaps. If I was craving something sweet, I would reach for some fruit instead of reaching for candy. Mindful eating. If I did indulge, I ate slowly and I savored every bite. This helped me avoid binge eating and just feeling overall super stuffed. I used to eat late at night because I was just bored or stressed. So to help me, I created a relaxing bedtime routine to reduce stress. Because I don't know if any of you guys are like this too, but back then I was really struggling with just anxiety and depression overall. And the way that I would cope at the time would be just overeating. But when I had a relaxation bedtime routine, that really helped me and helped my binging. Now let's talk about movement and energy a little bit. I did not overwork myself in the gym. I just focused on doing daily movement. This helped me boost my mood, burn extra calories, and avoid burnout. And I was actually looking forward to my workouts because they were not overworking me. Here are some key mindset shifts that made the biggest difference. Progress over perfection. I stopped beating myself up over minor slip-ups. Instead, I focused on consistent progress and learning from my mistakes. I listened to my body. I learned how to differentiate between true hunger and just mindless cravings. This helped me avoid unnecessary emotional eating. I shifted my mindset from restriction to nourishment. So instead of saying, what can I not eat? I said, what can I eat that will actually fuel my body? This shift made food feel less like an enemy and more like a friend. Patience is a superpower. Real change does not happen overnight. I reminded myself daily that this was a lifestyle and not a sprint. Self-compassion is essential. When I slipped up, I treated myself kindly instead of spiraling. Now let's talk about some old mistakes I used to make and how I fixed them. First mistake I made was obsessing over every single calorie. I used to log every single bite, stress about hitting exact numbers, and this caused me to have burnout. To fix this, I moved to a more intuitive approach, focusing on portion control and food quality. Next mistake I made was that all or nothing mentality. If I cheated one day, I would say, you know what? forget the whole plan. I'm just gonna eat bad all day. To fix this, I learned to get back on track immediately. One slip up is just a slip up. You can get right back to it. Next mistake I made was ignoring my hunger cues. Skipping meals only led me to overeat later on. To fix this, I ate regular meals with balanced macros to avoid starvation mode. And the last mistake I made was neglecting my mental health. Stress eating was a major issue for me. So to fix this, I tried to learn how to journal and, just like I said, meditate and just really sit with myself and do things that could calm me down. Even if that was watching a movie, drawing, calling my friend, something that would calm me down. After these 14 days, yes, I lost weight, but the number on the scale was just a part of the story. I felt lighter, yes, but not just physically, mentally and emotionally too. My clothes fit better, my energy skyrocketed. I woke up without that heavy, sluggish feeling. My digestion improved, but most importantly, I felt proud of myself for sticking to a plan that actually worked. This journey was not just about weight loss, it was about reclaiming my power over food and my body. I stopped seeing food as a punishment or a reward, and I started seeing it as fuel. I learned that I could set goals and reach them without starving myself or over-exercising. I realized that the biggest changes happen when you combine discipline with kindness. If you are watching this and feeling stuck, just know that you are not alone. You do not need a complicated diet or extreme measures to lose weight. You need a plan that you could actually follow. Start small. Pick one meal from this video and make it your go-to. Drink more water, move a little every day. Be patient with yourself. Celebrate your wins no matter how small. Write down your why. Why do you want to do this? Keep it somewhere visible that you can see. Plan your meals for the week. Share your goals with a friend or accountability partner and start today, not tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and comment below any questions you have. And remember, real change comes from real, consistent actions. You got this, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.